8 weeks later they didn't do it, they don't have documentation. They're either going to show a certification of citizenship, which you would get, which would show he's naturalized coming back through immigration, or you're going to see a birth certificate from Kenya, which shows that he's out of the right away. So they don't have. And one other thing.
Back in just a moment, though. Hang on a second.
Sure.
Hold that thought for a moment. Philip Berg is my guest. We'll be back in just a moment. You've got the Lars Larson Show. Ms. Berg, every time people have called me about this issue, I've said, well, you know, I think there's an open question there, but you've got to see the proof. Do you believe you're going to get the proof one way or the other to show that Barack Obama is unqualified to be president of the United States?
Yes. I have things in the works which I can't discuss right here because of, you know, we're just checking the sources and stuff. But I have personal knowledge that from very, very reliable sources that he was born in Kenya.
In Kenya, and what happened is the story that's been circulating that his mother was pregnant, wanted to return to Hawaii. The airline said, "You're too pregnant. We're not going to let you board." She has the baby in Kenya, and then goes back to Hawaii and gets a certificate of birth to show that he's an American citizen without going through the process. Is that the gist of the story?
That is the gist of the story, and it's very interesting. His grandmother in Hawaii is very sick, and he's taking 2 days off from campaign to go back there. Also, if she was that sick, he should have left today, but he's leaving Thursday, so I think he's playing it out in the media, which is a shame to use people. But
I had that same impression. I thought, if my wife was sick, I'd be dropping this microphone right now and in the car and on my way home, not saying, I think I'll leave in 2 hours.
Right. And the other issue is...
The other grandmother, though, remembers his birth.
Right, and the other thing is, though, the networks are doing about his story and his life and says, like, basically this is the last relative left. I don't know why he's negating his father's mother, who's over in Kenya at this point. It really doesn't make sense, and because he doesn't want to give credit over there because she says yes, just what you said. She was in the delivery room when he was born in Kenya in 1961. So,
and she has not been to Hawaii, or has she been to Hawaii? Is there a way to?
I'm not sure she's been to Hawaii, but we know she's still in Kenya, and I know someone who spoke to her within the past 4 days.
And she has told the story of witnessing Barack Obama or Barry Obama's birth in Kenya, not in Hawaii.
And when you told me to hold the thought was this, that if he didn't go and have a court system change his name, his legal name today might be Barry Soetoro. That's what we've asked. We've asked for everything, and we've gotten roadblock after roadblock, but we're not stopping. But his name today could be Barry Soetoro, and therefore when he applied for the license in Chicago, when it says, what's your name, and he put Barack Hussein Obama, and
the license as an attorney.
Right.
Yeah. So it might be that an awful lot of his life is based on a fraud.
I really think it is, and it's a shame because, everything to him doesn't mean anything. Like if you mention Reverend Wright, nothing important. If you mention Bill Ayers, not important. Bernardine Dorn, not important. And for your listeners, he has not. He's refused to release his medical records.
And his college transcripts that might show his citizenship.
Right. He's refused to release the records from Occidental College, from Columbia University, and Harvard Law School. So what do we know about this person? We know hardly anything about him. And the media, the national media, you're great. The national media is really, they should be held responsible too. But if it turns out that I'm correct, and I believe I'm correct 100%, I believe Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Howard Dean, other people around Howard Dean, other people around the Obamas, including his campaign manager and other top officials, should all be indicted and tried because this is the biggest fraud they tried to pull off in this country.
Ms. Berg, what's the website again?
ObamaCrimes.com.
And we'll post this entire interview at LarsLarson.com. It's a pleasure. Please keep in touch with us about the latest developments.
I sure will.
Philip Berg, the attorney who's filed suit challenging the constitutionality or the capability of Barack Obama to run for president of the United States under the U.S. Constitution. You've got the Lars Larson Show.
Have you always aspired to impose your will on others but were afraid to? Are you unwilling to work hard to improve your own lot in life? Are you constantly in search of the perfect vehicle with which to, quote, spread the wealth around, but don't want to go to prison for stealing? This is Fabio here to tell you that Barack Obama and the media have developed a dream product for you. New, I can't believe it's not socialism. It has all of the policies of real socialism, class warfare, envy, hey, you can't do it without the government's help attitude, and flat out stealing from some people to pay off others with none of the guilt or jail time associated with doing it yourself. Robbing a bank or committing a home invasion can be scary and dangerous, not to mention illegal. But having the government do it on your behalf for the greater good alleviates even the need to get out of bed in the morning. Allow I Can't Believe It's Not Socialism to do the heavy lifting for you. What could be better than getting something for nothing? I Can't Believe It's Not Socialism has all the tenets of real socialism with none of the guilt associated with directly stealing from your neighbors. This is Fabio here to tell you that I Can't Believe It's Not Socialism is so much like real socialism, you'll swear you're stuck living in a slum in France with no hope of escape or improving your life. That's because the secret ingredient in I Can't Believe It's Not Socialism is socialism. But please don't tell anyone. I Can't Believe It's Not Socialism, coming to a ballot box near you November 4th.
Are you a socialist?